What is up, YouTube? It is your boy, TerriblePain. I'm sitting here with LimitlessHate, and today we're going to do something special for you guys. We are going to do a top 10 weapon list.
This is going to be like, not really canonical, but just weapons that stick out in our mind from our careers as gamers, which in my case has been going on for 20 plus years.
Exactly.
So this should be pretty good, and we hope you enjoy it.
Now, like I said, we're not gonna it's not gonna be like the best weapons of all time and all that shit. It's a cool factor and shit like that. And we spent like what, 30 minutes or an hour?
Yeah, roundabout. We've been sitting on this list for a while, but it took about 45 minutes to actually put together.
Yeah, so we didn't think that much. If we probably could have came up with different suggestions and all that shit. You know, this is our list. You know, y'all gonna have something different. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump off into this shit.
Backflip, chainsaws.
Number 10.
For my number 10, I had to pick the Falcon 2 from Perfect Dark. It was Joanna Dark's primary sidearm. It's in silver, chrome. In the first mission, you get it with a silencer, and it's just so much fun and so visceral to slink up behind somebody and put 2 slugs in the back of his dome.
Bro. My number 10, excuse me, is the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. Now, first looking at this game back then, you would have never guessed it was so badass. But when Disney teamed up with Square and all them motherfuckers, and yeah, just you get the motherfucking Keyblades. Go watch Mickey Mouse take 2 Keyblades and fuck some bitches up. It was a fun ass game, but really the story is so fucking out there and so lost. Like, what the, I don't even know.
Yeah, there's no accounting for the Keyblade and like its purpose in the story, but it's a fucking key.
I loved it.
You beat the shit out of things.
You put your little different amulets in it and it turns into fucking different ones. Like, I forget, they had a shit ton of them. But yeah, that is my number 10.
Number 9. I like the Mega Crush from UN Squadron. Basically, you're flying along in your jet plane, and shit starts to get hairy, there's bullets flying everywhere, and you just need to clear the screen and all the dudes on it, unless it's a boss. So, you launch a satellite up into the sky, and it rains laser death on everything around you. It's fucking cool.
My number 9 is the RC-P90 from GoldenEye. Pretty much any P90 in a game is fucking awesome. It's one of my favorite guns to use if it's like, you know, like that type, you know, like Modern Warfare, the first one for, like just
the P90 is always an awesome weapon, whether in real life or a video game.
But when you go back to the childhood, really, that's the first game that really featured the P90 like it did, and playing GoldenEye multiplayer and just shooting some motherfuckers up.
The effect when you got that gun, oh.
Yeah, that is definitely one of my, GoldenEye, the RC P90, awesome ass gun. Number 8. My number 8 is the Blades of Chaos from God of War. Sadly, my PlayStation 2 sucked bad, so I actually had to borrow Hate's PlayStation 2 to play fucking the first one, and I played a little bit of the second one, but that weapon is so fucking crazy, bro, and inventive. It's like it's chained to his arm, and it's fucking these swords. He can throw them out, do all these badass combos and shit.
Like they're chains, but they're chains of rubber. So these things bounce away and come back like yo-yos.
That shit was awesome, bro. Fucking niggas up with that shit. Like God of War, the first God of War on PlayStation 2. Like, yeah, that's some good ass shit. The Blades of Chaos.
My number 8, the Wabbajack. Whether it appeared in Oblivion or Skyrim, it was a magic staff that you get from the Lord of Chaos, Sheogorath.
I love him.
Fucking nuts. Like, if we don't put something in this spot right here, then look it up on YouTube. But anyhow, this guy gives you a magic staff that can change any creature into any other creature. So, like, say you're wandering through the forest and a minotaur that's out of your level comes along and wants to kick the shit out of you, you can turn him into a helpless bunny and crush him.
Hopefully it's not a devil bunny from Shadow Warrior.
Of course, this works both ways. You can turn a bunny into a minotaur, too.
Now, the one thing I want to say about Sheogorath or whatever, in like Oblivion, when you had that DLC, if you actually went up to him and hit him, he would spawn you all the way in the fucking air above that graveyard thing, and you would just fucking fall and drop. Like, I just love that he did that. Alright, so, number 7, right? I forget.
Yeah,
okay. Obviously, this ain't like a real top 10 list, like professionally done. You know how us fuckers are. Anyway, number 7. My number 7 is the TAR-21 from Modern Warfare 2. Sadly, I wasn't doing YouTube back then, but Hate can account for that. I was beasting niggas up with that TAR-21, man. I don't know. I love that gun. It kind of jumped a little bit here and there, but fucking for what it was, beast ass gun.
I always put a baby monitor on mine.
See, I wasn't cheap like that. I just fucking run around and destroy motherfuckers. I wish I was like I hit some awesome ass shit back then, but I wasn't doing YouTube back then. But yeah, the TAR 21 is my number 7.
My number 7, well, this time mine's way cooler than yours.
Yeah,
the CFA 44 Nosferatu from Ace Combat 6. It was the final plane in the game, basically.
Awesome,
and once you unlocked it, it had 2 special weapons. One was, oh god, what was it called? The ADMM. And you'd fly into the battlefield, and it would lock on to 12 targets at once, air or ground. You press one button, and they all die.
Destroyed.
And also, its secondary weapon was a fucking railgun.
One thing I want to say about Ace Combat 6 is it holds a place with me because when I first got my first HD TV, I was borrowing Ace Combat 6, and Ace Combat 6 was the first game I ever played on my HD TV. And that shit was awesome.
Damn good game to play on it. It's still a good looking game.
I remember I bought Left 4 Dead as well that day. Anyway, what we go with? Alright, so
6.
Number 6.
I liked the flat cannon from Unreal Tournament 1999. It's like a shotgun, only it fired like hot fucking metal, like shards of actual metal. And at the time, this was like, I guess, Unreal Engine 2, basically.
Like, I never really got to play
Well,
that
actually
much, but yeah, like that shit was on. Didn't you make
Actually,
a
it was the
video?
first Unreal Engine. Yeah, I did that with UT 2004.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. You could see the hot fucking metal bouncing off of things. You could aim it around corners, and its secondary fire was a grenade launcher. You get up close and personal with somebody, one shot.
Also, my number 6 is more based on nostalgia, but Dragon Punch from River City Ransom. If you ever played River City Ransom, you start off as a little bit side-scrolling beat-em-up game. When you got to the store, if you had enough money, you can buy the Dragon Punch or whatever. Did Dragon Kick and all that shit. You just kept on multiple punches. Like, I love that game. It's so nostalgic for me. Like, fucking, I don't know. Yeah. You got anything to say about it, man? Like, fucking Dragon Punch for River City Ransom.
I can't even remember which one that is.
That's
Is that
the one
like the triple tap?
Yeah, where he punches real fucking fast, like Turbo.
I like the kick better.
Yeah, but fucking, like, it's just more, like I said, more based on nostalgia. But yeah, the Dragon Punch from River City Ransom.
Make sure you get plenty of pepper steak.
I am following them. There is a remake coming. They're fucking doing it. I've been following them on fucking Twitter or whatever. Just like, yeah, I can't wait for that. Fucking once that gets more in, I'll definitely see what's up. But anyway, yeah, number 5. My number 5 is the experimental Merv?
Merv.
The experimental Merv from Fallout 3. Fallout 3 and New Vegas, I consider one game basically, but they're my favorite fucking games. You watch my top 10 Xbox 360 games. When you got the experimental Merv and got all your nukes, that's the one that shot multiple nukes.
Yeah,
and
this thing launched everything. 8 mini nukes at once. Yeah. It's a nuclear shotgun.
Fucking it's just fucking destroyed, man. Just bloof. Like, come against one of them big that's one thing I wish. I wish they had more big fucking ogres or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, the super mutants.
Super mutants. I wish they had more of them. But yeah, fucking the experimental Merv from Fallout 3, awesome. Fucking awesome.
My number 5 is the sniper rifle from Halo. All of them, pretty much. Whether it's lining up the pepper in Halo 1 or hanging off the side of the Revenant in Reach and fucking using the considerable auto-targeting.
While I'm driving.
Pow! Pow!
That was
overkill.
I wasn't doing YouTube back then, but Halo 3, me and Hate would fucking stomp ass. Like, I would drive. I love driving the truck and everything. Like, I can get you in some spots. But yeah, the sniper rifle, just headshotting motherfuckers.
Just so visceral. And
also, you gotta mention the
beam
rifle, because pretty much, same type of shit, but the Covenant, right? Yeah. Yeah.
I always thought the report, the actual sound of that Sabo round going off, just made the sniper rifle so much better than the beam rifle.
The reason why you haven't seen Halo 4 footage on my channel is because a while back they didn't put out the license or whatever for like y'all to use it. So I was kind of scared because of content ID and all that bullshit. So yeah, that's why you haven't seen it on my channel. Anyway,
number 4. I'm gonna do my number 4 now. The Hyper Beam from Super Metroid. At the end of the game, and this game's like 20 years old now. If you haven't played it by now, spoiler alert!
My headset. Sorry, headset users.
Nah, I don't care about you.
But yeah, oh yeah, spoiler alert for this whole playlist.
Yeah.
Call it.
But anyhow, yeah, into the game, you've cornered the mother brain. Only like she sucks out all of your suit's energy. So like Samus is down and fucked, and the baby Metroid that you rescued at the end of Metroid 2 is all grown up now and has sucked out like energy from everything else. Actually, no, floats in, sucks on the mother brain, comes down, gives you all the energy, and all of a sudden you have a rainbow cannon for the rest of the game. And the rest of the game is kill mother brain and run the fuck away. But rainbow cannon.
I didn't really get to play that much of Metroid and all that shit back then. I wish I would have, but yeah, sadly I didn't get to. So number 4 for me is how do you actually say that word?
That's Euclid's Sea Finder.
Euclid's Sea Finder from Fallout New Vegas. Again, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 3, my favorite games on 360. Once you actually got the Sea Finder, basically it was a targeting thing that, alright, how would I say this? Alright, there's this massive ass laser that shoots from the fucking sky and you target where you want it. Destroys fucking everything, man. It's so fucking awesome. Just, yeah.
And this also goes for pretty much all target painter orbital cannons in games like the Hammer of Dawn.
Exactly. I was about to say the Hammer of Dawn, like Gears of War, something like that.
Epic did it before with Unreal Tournament 2003, I believe.
Yeah.
And it was awesome then, too. So every time that pops up, it's always a fun toy to play with.
Definitely. Fucking useless Sea Finder, whatever.
Useless Sea Finder.
Whatever.
Well, it is useless until you fucking power it up or set
power
up.
It up.
Yeah,
the
you
kid
have to
has
set up
it.
the shit.
The little kid has it in fucking one of the towns he's playing with, and then you get it from him.
It's a side quest to link it up with its satellite.
Awesome ass gun. Number 3. My number 3 is the Cerebral Bore from Turok 2. Just look at the name, Cerebral Bore. It does what it fucking says. It bores into your cerebral barrel, or whatever the fuck you want to call it,
Your
skull.
cerebellum.
Yeah, and fucking kills you.
It's literally a flying drill that hones in on the back of your fucking head and drills into it. It'll fly around until it finds the back of your head.
Mostly doing it to dinosaurs, but like Turok 1 and 2, so nostalgic factor. Again, a lot of this shit's based on nostalgic and cool factor. Remember that. So fucking but yeah, playing Turok 1 and playing Turok 2 back then on 64 was so fucking badass. But goddamn the fog.
My number 3. It's at this point in the list we start getting to the stuff that's truly overpowered. The Metal Blade from Mega Man 2 takes the slot.
Bro.
It's pretty much the only game in the entire Mega Man series that I can think of that's 8-way aimable.
Yeah.
There's very little in the game that can stand up to it. Even the bosses suck against it.
I played so much fucking Mega Man, like all of them from 1 through 6, because that was kind of dumb how they kept doing them, like from 3, like that's all that we already know the story.
Yeah, but yeah, it didn't use much energy or ammunition, whatever. And yeah, you could spam the crap out of it and murder everything.
Yeah, definitely some badass shit. I love playing Mega Man. I need to play some of that shit. Anyway, number 2, right? We're number 2.
Yeah, we're number 2.
Number 2. My number 2. All right, this is hard to pick. This one should have. I don't know, for between number 1 and 2. Again, based on nostalgic factor and all that shit. The Fire Flower from Mario. Back then, being a little kid, playing Mario for the first time, get your mushroom, you grow up, you hit some blocks, blah, 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 then you get the firepower. Holy shit. My mind was blown.
Zap, 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 zap.
But for real, back then, it's like, oh, God, I miss being a kid, I miss all that shit. Like, if Mario is not on your top 10 games list, then you're fucking not a gamer. At least Mario 3 or Super Mario World.
Yeah, one of those two.
One of those. They gotta be somewhere on your list. So at least a fucking, yeah. But again, the Fire Flower for Mario, my number 2.
Speaking of Mario 3, my number 2 is the Hammer Suit. You can only find it like once or twice in the game.
That, yeah.
It's late in the game too, like level World 7 or so. But I had a Game Genie when I was a kid, so I spammed this crap. The Hammer Suit made you fundamentally invincible if you ducked. Like fire shots would bounce off of you. The enemy had to seriously try to fuck you up. Your hammers could take out shit as serious as thwomps. Nothing could stand against these fucking things. And
I love that
until
game.
you lost it, you were a god.
Yeah, Mario 3, that's definitely like up there on my top 10 game list of all fucking time. You said Game Genie. Speaking of Game Genie, I love just standing in the menu and hearing the noises by shooting a gun. Boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop, boop. Everybody, you know what's up.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, delete it. Alright, yeah. Alright. Number 1.
I went with the Fire Lance from Fallout 3. Not just because it's awesome, and it is,
Yes.
but because of the way you get it. So you're just walking along in the wasteland, and all of a sudden, something whizzes by overhead and explodes,
Yeah.
and rains stuff down upon you. And this is actually, it's a scripted encounter, but it's a random scripted encounter, so it could happen anywhere in the wasteland where one of these encounters can happen.
Yeah.
So, wandering around, UFO blows up overhead and drops a fucking gun. And
Alien technology.
It's not only the special version of the most OP weapon in the game that's not the experimental MIRV.
Yeah. I say it's not the Riddler, it's just the fucking...
Yeah, it's the special version of the alien blaster that not only does the energy damage in extreme doses that the regular alien blaster does, but it lights motherfuckers on fire.
Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome.
But
All
so many great memories from all of these guns on both sides of our list.
Now, my number 1, kind of based on nostalgia, based on a lot of cool factor, and it's based on that it was the first game that I ever got on 360. Number 1, the Lancer Chainsaw Assault Rifle from Gears of War. Now, when you first started playing that game, when I first started playing the game, it was so fucking beautiful. Forget all the brown colors, forget all that shit. When you first got 360,
yeah, this is saying this without the benefit of like 7 years.
yeah, I didn't even have an HD TV when I got that shit. Like I had my 360 before I had the HD TV, and you fucking get that gun, you shoot a motherfuckers, and you got a chainsaw on that bitch. You run up and just like cut the dude in half. That's so inventive and so fucking crazy and just cool as hell. The fucking Lancer Chainsaw Rifle.
It really was crazy different when the first time you saw it, and very just downright visceral because you got the blood splattering on the camera. You're ripping this dude in half.
Yeah.
And then later on, you could get in chainsaw duels too.
That was fucking badass. Like, once I actually got my HD TV and started playing that shit, yeah, God of War. Gears of War is definitely fucking
Gears
awesome.
of God.
I still need to play the third one. We beat the first two.
We beat the first two.
We'll
but
eventually
not the
get
second
to
two.
it. We'll eventually get. Yeah, then they got the other one. I forget what it's called.
Yeah,
fucking
whatever. It escapes me.
The Lancer Chainsaw Assault Rifle from Gears of War, cutting motherfuckers up. Well, there you go, people. That is our top 10 list. 2 dudes just sitting here shooting this shit. Obviously, we're not professional about it. Look at my chair's fucking squeaking too. My bad. Try to keep that out. But yeah, we just sitting here talking bullshit, and that's our top 10 list. Again, this isn't like the most best guns in the fucking all-in-all games. It's just based on cool factor and nostalgic. And again, we didn't fucking spend too much time doing this.
No, and these are just ones that stuck out in our heads.
Yeah. Again, if we spent fucking hours, we could have.
We pretty much like looked over our shoulders and at our Steam collections, like, what do we got? Oh yeah, I don't have cool guns.
Yeah, pretty much. But there you go, people. Top 10 list. I am TerriblePain.
I am LimitlessHate.
There you go. And fucking yeah. Hope y'all enjoyed this shit. And we're out this bitch. Later, people.
Burritos.
Tacos and burritos.
Bye.